brand new team, despite the long-standing chemistry of him, Cryo, and Bang as the core. Just the fresh faces from challengers who are hungry, bringing energy, and then an entirely new coaching staff with two extremely experienced guys over from EU and Doom Bros and NBS. Let's see what 100 Thieves have in store for us on attack. I'm excited to see what they have, what they've been doing in the lab.
Nothing too elegant being cooked off these barriers. It's going to be a straight-up walk-up here for 100 Thieves. Prowler dealt with pretty quickly. Saturate catches on a Timo. Oh, buddy, this could be ugly. Back away they come. Got to respect John QT on this Teho. Very, very dangerously guided salvo. Put the fear of God in him. They've already lost Arsena.
What a little combo is that. I'm excited to see more John Teho, by the way. Caillou, just that one.
Down to 3 are Sentinels. But now encroaching here on the site, and Vora is a little uncomfortable pushing forward. There's a sense that someone is drifting about inside that bubble. So we're going to see a double back.
Of course, they have to be worried about the potential for someone, walking down mid, maybe push all the way out B while this action was happening towards A main. And SEN, you're looking at the minimap. They're fine with just playing this 3-stack on A. If it's a noise cut re-hit, all right, we got the numbers. If it's them walking over to that free B side, we have the numbers for a retake. So all good. No real reason to split up. Keep that unit together.
There's always the option there to hit back into A-Link. That's actually being pinged, though, by 100 Thieves now, and it's over towards the B side with Bang, the insert. Wow, hoping to hear something. And he will.
Spike play.
Two fully divided. Maybe Bang can just get one on the cross and then peel away. No, completely biding his time for this flank. Oh, we'll get that free one, and now can play, maybe try to set up a crossfire here with Vora by that mid-link while his IGL is posted up in main.
Cortez is up in tower, though. That's something the 100 Thieves can only really watch with one player. Off the side for the time being, they are. Bang has a Paranoia to work with. There's also a Haunt for Vora. There's some util to sit on right now. Here comes the Paranoia, catches onto 2, but the snake bite means Bang can't advance any further. Vora, though, can get active here from main. He's been hurt by Cortezia inside. The smoke's able to take him down. Time, though, is short. Cortezia has to challenge, but he can't be getting this defuse. And 100 Thieves managed to take it away after going down in these early exchanges. 2v3.
Bang with a really lovely play there. In the 2 versus 3, that's the moment to go for something aggro. Catch out someone so it can be an honest 2v2 playing with Vora. Play that little cross setup with him in main. Already doing some damage to his former team of last year. Bang returning back home, really.
Yeah.
Spent so much time with 100 Thieves and with Asuna and Cryo. Has to just feel so comfortable to be back with those guys immediately.
Yeah, they were concerned. Cortezia obviously had already halfway diffused the spike. That was coming from Bang. He wasn't watching the line. He simply waited and wrapped around as he pushed up towards the Sentinel spawn. Great little adaptation. So heavy presence for Sentinels over on the A side of the map. Smoke there to try and keep him busy. Vora definitely is going to try and rattle the cage. And he's decided he's done enough.
Just keep them a bit occupied over there as the rest of 100 Thieves maneuver towards this B side. And Vora as well as that solo player. He's the one with just a ghost, so if there was some kind of trap play or they went at him, it really doesn't matter if he goes down ultimately.
Here's that Sage Wall of Core, which is a unique aspect of 100 Thieves' take on this map.
There's Vora in mid, a little bit of action. Wouldn't be mad at getting some kills here, even if it's a 1-for-1, that's just 2 orbs heading into that next round, I'm interested in seeing what 100 Thieves have in store for us as far as where Asuna will be putting these walls, because I think when we've seen Sage on this map in the past, a very common mistake was putting the walls way too shallow in the sites where you were denying your own team map control. I feel like we saw that a lot on A, and it's just one of the reasons that the Sage seemed good in theory, but in practice, it just wasn't really working out for the teams running it.
100 Thieves, so it feels like they've managed to get this comp into a much better spot. I think even Timo was saying that he was kind of skeptical about it. Wasn't really sure what the coaches were cooking up, but in practice they found it was getting them some fantastic results. We're not really seeing it yet, of course, too early in the game. Just Sage Wall thrown up to stop that rotate over through mid, but expect to see Asuna demonstrate exactly why this comp is something that 100 Thieves have looked to unveil here in Kickoff.
Early Odin on that defensive side for Caillou. And of course, a quick reminder that this map was updated, and the most overpowered Odin spam lines are gone. There's one in A main. All right, getting up close to break that Prowler. Oh my god! At least the trade comes in swiftly from John on the site. Well, that was lightning fast from Cryo before the Saturate even bloomed.
And it's just been no interest here at Hunter Thieves in trying to work this mid part of the map. Once again, sticking to the extremities, and Vora's hanging around. John over pushes for that bit of information.
Just an entirely raw peek there. Not even a jiggle, not a jump spot. Looked like just a slow walk out.
And SEN are none the wiser. They still don't really have an understanding of what the larger game plan is for 100 Thieves in this round. And why wouldn't you start to swing back in that A direction now? 48 seconds still to play. SEN spread like too little butter over too much bread.
This 100 Thieves team would love to capture a bonus round, extend this early lead, get their economy in such a strong position. Still, there's Odin to deal with. I mean, that box definitely provides some spam. This wall still workable with that high bullet penetration. All of SEN, they've managed to get here, by the way. They've rotated quickly. And there's 18 seconds left, so...
He's going to have to go for this at some point. Caillou, of course, a concern with this Odin. Now down to 14. Slow orb deployed to give a little bit of space here on the site. Nasana has to make this plant happen. There will be enough time. Sentinels look to try and get active. Caillou has not moved from this spot. Now swings on out. He's able to claim Timo. There's going to be some room here for 100 Thieves to maybe wrap on that now. Kotzi is dealing with Vora, though. That's a muddling of the mixture. It's going to be on Asuna, who is just sprayed down through that smoke. And it looks like an uncomfortable, barely established post plant there for 100 Thieves.
I think they'll regret giving up a lot of that space on site, maybe feeling like they didn't have any real utility to contest because they didn't. And it seemed like their idea too there was, okay, maybe we can fall back, isolate Caillou, who we know is playing elbow, get that kill. Even if we go 1-for-1, we're gonna have that man advantage still, and then we can spray, fight over the spike. But because they didn't kill Caillou, all that ended up happening was a total route, lacking all that space then, and no real options to get back in. No paranoia from Bang, for instance. Nothing to get through.
Feels like they walked onto that site with most of their util still intact. Couldn't carve out that alcove for themselves. Pings mid this time. First time 100 Thieves look to try and test this, and it's immediately required to be refracted by Timo. Those guided salvos would have punished him. There's still some wallbang potential on this map.
And all of a sudden, Timotino has nothing to work with on this execute. A guy who has been playing basically only Waylay. Like, at the moment, he has 100 more rounds of Waylay played than the next highest who's playing Waylay in Kickoff.
He played like one map of Jet,
yeah,
I want to say.
Jet once.
And definitely, in the comparison to Narrate, has played vastly more.
Yeah, 100 more. 100 more rounds than Narrate.
There it is, the next one. Gotcha.
Let's see, Caillou in a bit of trouble. He's trying to get close on that swing, but denied.
It's been an issue so far. Cryo's been able to get pretty deep up towards this mid side, but that's really just Caillou's given that space up.
They're trying to activate some kind of split onto A. Asuna maybe walling to make sure they can't be flanked. Just dodge that Nightfall if possible.
Wow, this is dangerous coming through. And they're going to try and put Shinobiz and Kai to spray Timotino down. As soon as he's read the wall, actually prevents 100 Thieves from swinging to trade the Odin player out. Now Kotzi is just locking the site down. Flawless round there for Sentinels. There's 100 Thieves. Try a couple different looks here. But losing all that Waylay util early in the round, Timo feels like he's really hampered in his inability to impact the round.
And it does end up making this entire late round feel quite monotonous without him having the ability to play with some pace while they're getting in and then deciding fairly late to go for the res wall, but that's where the Odin was. So not only does the wall get broken immediately, but Asuna can't even swing because he's going to get bullet tagged through the wall, slowed down, he'd be fried. 100 Thieves still with a strong enough economy, though, to get another buy off, though it's not lacking, or lacking, rather, some of the important weaponry. But that Waylay with a Bucky, that's, I mean, basically acceptable. Rifle. Yeah, it might be better than a rifle sometimes.
Still a pretty heavy exchange of utility. That Timo that wants to get in, make a good use of this dash. Sees kind of all he needs to there, is up in A halls. He ran headlong into Redux.
does end up spotting out 2 there. Worth mentioning that Redux isn't on the Yoru right now. He's definitely a flexible player. I think that was something that really came into play with Hubert last year. But has, been primarily in this double duelist role on most of the SEN maps.
Finds a timing here as 300 Thieves players expose themselves on that cross. Tries to ask for more, but this time the Thieves were ready. That leaves them, though, only with Vora towards top mid.
And with this wall in main now up, Vora is feeling extremely isolated. Players on him for both angles. Denies that first.
That's the first. The second, those could have to be good, and Cortesia rarely misses those. Now Cryo steps up. They're coming one at a time, at least for Sentinels. But Cryo,
30 seconds
deadly
left.
accuracy, makes his way on into the B side. Harder to spam this side down from Redux's position. That wall's been reinforced in that recent patch. And Arsenal might have been aware there's a TP there. Haunt shot.
One enemy
Caillou,
remaining.
bang, that is ridiculous from Cryo. Redux drops down now. Spike covered by smoke though, so has to reveal himself not only with the sound cue of the drop, but also the tap. Should be 2 players coming in. He's dealt with Cryo. And Arsenal knows he has time. The deck is stacked against Redux here. That smoke's going to clear. It's about to get messy. And Arsenal holds his own.
Cryo, a real hero in that round with some stunning tap shots. See those on the replay in a moment. And then with all of those smokes going down, Austin really could have been anywhere in that situation. So could have been in the back of the site, just playing more patiently in the smoke, but a little bit too much for Redux. He even got the bullet punch there, and he still got that headshot immediately.
I felt like the 100 Thieves were pretty limited on options there. It was just Cryo actually walking up on the site.
Yeah, it felt like that was going to be another failure of a B split. But then Vora just goes 1 for 1 in the link. That was nice, and from there, Cryo just steps up individually.
Not another step.
Now, right, playing pretty far forward. Have the evolution now from Cryo. Well, not bothered about crowd control effects, but a bullet to the brain still a problem. And yeah, that's the John QT Tejo. Hard to escape that one. Now, Cortesia happy to fall back. He has a massive player advantage. Viper's been now thrown up on B after the fact. Gives him a way to flood back in.
This teleport up top from Bang is nice, but does he overstep? Yeah, he does. Caillou ready for that. What is the hope here for Austin and Timotino? I mean, somehow maybe they get 1 kill, 2 kills, and then Timotino sends his ult. It would have to be something like that to get this over the finish line, but SEN need to close this out right now. Should be closing this out. Economy bad if they don't.
Arsenal should be good for 1, potentially from a position like this. The paranoia is going to be avoided. The guided salvo dodge from Arsenal reposition. Here comes Narrate straight in. John going to make use of the crosshair break to find an easy kill. And back on the wrong side of the smoke is Timotino. No point making use of that ultimate there. And Sentinels even up the game. It's an awkward economic situation for 100 Thieves now. They've burned through most of their reserves.
Yeah, fair attempt there from 100 Thieves, but it's really just Sentinels getting that big play in A main early to absolutely obliterate these 2 guys begging. I mean, Evolution, not a bad ult, but it doesn't matter when you just get shot in the head. Yeah. It's good at nullifying everything but getting shot.
Good job, boys.
And John with his first significant piece of Tejo, util there, ultimate in the game. I mentioned it super brief earlier when we saw John initially pick that Tejo when the game started, but his play on Pearl last match against EG, I thought was absolute flawless, top-tier Tejo. Every piece of util he was throwing out looked calculated, intelligent. I mean, he was always getting players forced out of the positions that they were in. His ults were perfectly timed on top of that. Even when we were watching him use the stun, it was always at the right time. I mean, that was genuinely a masterclass that he put on Abyss rather, not Pearl, I think I said, but incredible play. So to just continue leaning into that, I think is the way for this Sentinels team.
Just to touch back on this composition for 100 Thieves, we did not get to see much of it on the attack side. It is obviously a comp that features a double sentinel, so sometimes fighting for that, control of the map can be more challenging. Sometimes you are just walking up. It was that defense side where it managed to find them the most success. So 100 Thieves definitely want to try and amass as much of a total as they can here. But a few of these rounds, the ones that they've won, Wyatt, I mean, the only gun round that they really won was when they just bailed themselves out with sick individual moments. Outside of that, it was just a pistol and anti-eco.
The timeout called, so on the next buy round, 100 Thieves have some kind of set strat to use with the ultimates they're going to have available. Let's see if here on this eco with Sheriff at the very least, they can get something started. I'll tell you, they've loved working mid so far. Really trying to put emphasis on these B splits early.
Bring them down.
Mixed results, most losses, frankly, outside of that one round.
It's just costly to get mid-window for this attack
against
side.
the Odin, it's just a nightmare for them.
Kai, though, obviously is showing some traces here, so he's exposed himself to a actually pretty reasonable amount of damage here. Outside of that, though, Hunter Thieves haven't really advanced their game plan a whole lot outside of tentatively working their way into A-Link, but Sen have been able to get a ton of info A-Main. Look at how they pushed out here.
John is ready to just take a quick jiggle stop, probably send out the stun on the retreat so he can't get chased. Yeah, there it is, and now able to repost up. Oh, Dink comes through. He's in some serious danger, but look at the crossfire that's about to be set up.
The smoke's in the way.
Yeah, they're probably still going to flank through.
Yeah, that smoke's going to leave. They're still going to be milling around in the open. Narrate sees all that he needs to, refracts back. There's got to be another player to step into his shoes, and all the Hunter Thieves are committed to the side. Sage Wall is not going to cut it. Cleared a little bit too easily, but Timo punishes. Redux got out in the open trying to clear it.
Cryo as well, just tap someone down in spawn. Oh my god, the conversion path is perfect. They're running them over with straight skill.
This Thrifty round has gone a bizarre direction. Hunter Thieves looked like they were in trouble. They lose a player to John early. They just throw themselves at this A site and play off the Sage Wall? On Cortez now. Arsenal has himself a Phantom. This is far from done. And Bang completes the Shiko for Hunter Thieves. Nice little Thrifty here in round 7.
Beautiful stuff. Whatever they were cooking up in the timeout for the next buy round, not even going to be super, well, it doesn't feel as relevant winning that, but I'm sure they're probably just going to run that strat anyway, unless the convergent pass was really important for it. Amazing timing on that. Timotino gets that free one. Cryo gets the second free one. I mean, just sick taps, but
the convergent pass there, nice little touch, I think, to
100% that absolutely locks it up. Timo, a pretty top-tier aimer in Challengers last year. Doesn't feel like a shock that one of the teams in VCT is taking a chance on this guy. He's got so much potential left to be unlocked as well. Now that he's playing in a higher tier team, I think they can really expand his skill set. You know, those raw mechanics were never in doubt when he was playing with TSM.
Toxin screen down.
But now, the opportunity to become a more well-rounded player here with such experienced guys around him.
Much more mid-emphasis this round from Sentinels after Hunter Thieves were able to get in through Link and onto A essentially for free after getting past John. That smoke in Yard, I think, was crucial out of the cross there.
Redux has played this angle on the box before. It's when he just instant killed Cryo in that evolution. Round 4, round 5, something like that. Smoke going to go down. We'll see if this stalls out Hunter Thieves or if they just try to set up a burst straight out of it.
We had a jet triple swing this. Okay, no exchange though, but Redux is just going to TP back to space, given now there is still the backstab potential for Narrate here, but he's been slowed up. Look at him back away now. Convergent path could be pretty timely here, but look at how Hunter Thieves are spread on Yard. Only a couple of them are really at risk of getting caught in that.
Left.
Here's a TP for Redux now, getting into a retake position.
This convergent pass would be massive. That catches 3 players. They need to accelerate.
The Sage Wall's in the way though. Narrate can't get through. He can't capitalize off that ultimate at all. Bang just heaping around. Here comes Sendo working the way in from Archers, and Cryo's the first to go down. Hunter Thieves have got the weapons to make this fight work, but Bang can just tap sideways here, bring 2 down. John's found 2 himself though. This is as even as it gets, and Timo though is in a dirty spot. Finds only the 1. John connects him with 4 kills, and yep, he's getting up and about. This is a new look for John. Said in an interview that he feels like sometimes he's the one that has to get loud, has to do the Zelsis role from last year.
This guy has just been a super demon so far in Kickoff. Completely unlocked. The Sentinels offseason theory was, John, you don't need to IGL anymore. We're bringing in Caillou to manage that. Just focus on yourself. Focus on your aim, your own play. And it straight up has been working. I think sometimes in the past you forget how much of a shooter that this guy can be when he was dialed in on having to take the reins as the IGL. Focus on that aspect of the game primarily. He has been absolutely a man-possessed.
He's in his best form squad. Individually, I think, we've ever seen from him. Okay, in goes Timo, able to safely get onto the side, but he has to fight with the player at elbow, forces him out. Cortezia, though, doesn't fare too well there. He's dropped to 10.
Feels like 100 Thieves maybe wanting to change the pace there for the first time. They're actually just walking straight back in as Cryo's on this A-side lurk.
Yeah, double Senticop.
Pure
Sometimes
contact.
You do have to run this pure contact, man. Look at their composition.
Cryo looks like he's just going to catch a free kill on Redux on this rotate.
Not looking, that's for sure. And he is all about that A side. Now that throws things into question. It gets Narrate looking back onto that A side, peeled off the B, even though the spike's down.
Cryo can just delay so heavily, be such a nuisance here. No. That had to be won this round. Basically sealed up at that. You can see Sen, they're already trying to get back out of that back B side.
Sen lose all map control with that exchange.
A devastating lurk from Cryo. Yeah, it's not just only does he get 2 kills, but as I was saying, these Sen players who are considering retaking, they just can't because Cryo's going to be flanking at some point. He's too much of a nuisance.
Narrate has been active, right? We saw him push right up into A link that previous round. He has been looking for openings, but nothing has really come into his hands. Still looking for that first kill of the game. That one, you feel like he has the drop on Cryo. It's just a reaction from his opponent that's a little too crisp. I'm certain that is really going to be tilting you, especially when you know the rest of your team are putting in some real heavy lifting to compensate.
This first one, the timing through elbow is nice, and then
just
flick shot. That's at 8 HP. Oh, that's tough.
Narrate just not a duelist, guys.
Damn, that's tough.
Well,
that is tough.
If that is true, that doesn't bode well for Sentinels, especially on this map when he's the only one on a duelist. But yeah, it's not been his game so far. That streakiness we've observed in the past from Narrate's definitely on display.
Arsenal ready to just boost Timotino over this smoke. Well, it doesn't have to do it, take an engagement in mid. This is something we're going to see on defense too. They will use the practical walls at times, but mix in a weird throw the sage wall up to get some kind of crazy angle. And that is definitely something Sen need to be prepared for.
Doing a thing.
And should be. They had the opportunity to watch the game against G2.
Timo expecting some presence. This is kind of where the defense side waylay has been posted up every other round or so. Doesn't actually get anything. Really passive this round. Look at the angle John's covering mid-window. He's just there for the cross. He's not peeking out. Very quiet positioning on A as well. Reserved from Sen.
The drone down mid getting some valuable info. Sen have to know that they stacked up at one extremity to hit, and yeah, it's into Timotino. That's a great stun, but Redux on the cross.
Well, kind of, what is that? They're on the other side of this Viper wall for the most part. 100 Thieves not able to help Timotino out.
A random hindered tap kill from Cortezia through the wall is nasty. Swing up top, he's looking sharp.
Power composition that only really has a paranoia, so you're just going to walk up and make your own like sometimes. Vora in the 1v2. Seized in place for now. And he'll wait for Narrate to drop down. First kill for the Sentinels duelist. As 100 Thieves try and play fast and fall flat.
To seal up that round, Cortezia off his feet. Super high energy outside of the server, just keeping everybody hyped up. That's definitely part of his job. Redux, solid on this anchor. This is ridiculous. He just tapped through. And also, it was onto Asuna, the guy with the res.
Nice! Come on! You guys are not coming B, guys!
Purposeful, by the way, that they have Cortezia sitting next to Narrate, because in the past, Narrate has been an emotional player, so you want your hype guy right there to keep him in the zone.
And that was beautiful by Redux. Great timing out of Halls to basically save Cortezia's life there. And now, into the 11th. Odin, of course, still lurking. It's been a shadow over this game for Caillou.
Small note, but this game so far, I feel like barely any ecos. Economy's been really stable for both guys. We're seeing, or both teams rather. We're seeing a lot of gun rounds.
Because 100 Thieves win that sort of sheriff like eco a few rounds back.
And now it is time to run it back on B. Cortezia said they're locking this down when we heard the comms, so let's see if they can do it again.
There's the C's. Just to really deny a player playing in the site. Timo's able to get into the site itself yet again, and Cryo's pushed up.
Does he want to take it further with his evolution popped? Maybe with Timotino in tow, the two of them.
Okay, the Omen TP'd up to tower, so 100 Thieves have all of this B-side control. It's going to be hard for Sen to clear it, but starts with one. Cortez is able to bring Cryo down. This Armageddon Vor is going to be seized inside of it. Nowhere to go. Cryo now going to be raised back up, and Arsenal has to defend this position. Cryo just sent packing yet again, straight back to the pearly gates as Timo on the side. He's fighting for his life. Narrate's been picked up, still held to just one kill in this half so far. And here comes Caillou. It's on Arsenal now, 1v2, pinged out by the stealth drone. Got a good line on this site, in fairness, but has to play his life.
Time getting so low, though. Someone from SEN has to stick this. It's not even at half.
I think it might have been a miscommunication here, Wyatt. A little bit of crossed wires, perhaps. John now on that defuse. Another 3 kills for him in the round. Nice little recovery.
He is at 15 and 6 at the moment. Again, ultimate use. Beautiful combo with that Seize coming through. And, I mean, even if it didn't, that Armageddon was in the perfect spot with 100 Thieves being pushed up, trying to fight for this space after the dark cover goes down. Looked like Austin and Timotino might have actually sealed it up in the 2v3. Neric kind of got baited into swing upper to catch Austin on the retreat, but Timotino ready on that angle, and John is just a little bit too good right now.
They walked into that Armageddon. 100 Thieves wanted to play forward off the site, in halls, in tower, but Vora gets seized up inside the Tejo ultimate. And his teammate dies earlier on, over pushing into Cortezia solo.
See if 100 Thieves try to go back to working mid here, early in the half. A lot of emphasis on B splits. Then late now, they've been trying to go into, let's just get a full execute off with Arwele going in, play off of Timo. Hasn't worked on that B side. Back to A they go on the split. Rios loves playing this angle, but caught by Bang.
Yeah. No attack side smoke to Yard. They don't want to split that angle off, actually. Now in the side of their own again, it's John. It's always him. Steps out, he's got elbow control. He will be a threat here to 100 Thieves if they linger. And there it is, John for 3 yet again. Timo caught inside that salvo. And Asna quickly has to bandage himself back up.
Repositions as well, close. I love this maneuvering from John.
Tucked in the side. Knows there's a couple of angles to deal with, and he ends up training on the wrong one. But still, he's put Caillou and Cortezia in a position to salvage in this spike. Far from planted. Still in the back pocket of Arsena, who realizes he's overstayed his welcome.
It might just be time to get the hell out of here. Wasn't successful on the 1v2 in the last round. Can he clutch up for 100 Thieves to tie up the game? Last round of this first half. Already one player from SEN on the move. Cortezia back to that B site. Getting up top. Might just be the right position.
Last player standing.
What? What was that, Arsena? In time, he's going to get the spike down. And now it's up to Caillou. A little awkward. Has to walk up in here with the big iron. The Odin in hand. And Arsena's got a very good idea of where he's going to be coming from. To even the half 100 Thieves. Can't quite get over the line. Caillou gets in there, but even Arsena can't believe he got so far.
What was that shot? Oh my God. Little shell shocked off that one.
There wasn't even a rope involved. There was no zip line there.
Just a crazy reaction time. Now look at this. 2 rounds in a row where there's been a combo sync there. Yeah, it was also the Nightfall just bringing the HP down, and then the salvos. John, again though, let's be real, wins the round with that 3K. This guy is out of control, man.
Close first half, but we're yet to see this 100 Thieves composition go on defense. That, of course, waits around the corner, so don't go too far. This first map has already been spicy.
Can I help you, sir?
Here's the bill from the dealership where I got my car, and I'd like you to beat it with a better deal on one of these fine cars.
Not how it works.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
100 Thieves trail by 2 rounds, and a lot of that came down to chaotic mid-round situations where Sentinels got the better of them. And from listening in to 100 Thieves, I think a lot of the issue came by rushing into plans that were sort of half concocted. They'd have ideas and they activated on them too quickly. That was an area they were trying to work on to slow things down in the mid-round, come up with a clear plan, reset, and then activate. And the few rounds they were able to do that after the timeout, they found success, but it wasn't always there for 100 Thieves. I think that's going to be a big focus point for them moving into this defense half if they want to come back. We're going to jump into that second half. Uber, take it away.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andrew. I mean, it's kind of makes sense, really, considering that we didn't see a lot of this under match conditions. 100 Thieves comp get to play those attack side rounds. The fact that they're able to call those cancels and sort of make something happen in the second half of those winning rounds is a good sign.
Fast here from Sentinels in, but Narrate not going to go down to the Ghost when he has that light armor. Gets straight out.
Okay, John.
Ooh, that combo.
Made him with everything. Kitchen sink included, and here comes 100 Thieves. Redux has been able to recover. It's down to Cryo and Bank here. The ladder who's still ensconced on his A side, and Cryo's looking for a way in, but is aware that crosshairs are trained in his direction.
Well, this is dangerous. I mean, that might even get spammed now. Yeah, just bear in mind, Narrate is still
one shot.
So weak.
Easy enough. Oh, 20 health in a dream. Narrate gets off on the right foot in this second half.
Spike
and that Cryo's going to go in. Plant secured. Had to give away his position.
Just try and wrap around elbow.
Narrate, yep, jump peeking here, playing his life perfectly. He knows he can go down. Any damage he gets done here is just fine. Double swing. Surely about to come Cryo's way, but he's dealt with half of that equation already. Still at 74, and there's Narrate yet again. 2 kills at 20 health. Job done.
That's got to feel good for him to get this second half started on the right foot, hitting some shots in a situation where he's feeling like, I'm probably going to die. I have no HP. But everything connecting.
God, well, nice recovery from Redux. There's definitely some confusion for 100 Thieves. I think I'm following up on this defensive utility.
They had a nice combo there with that slow into the paranoia. Thought they were going to win that out, frankly. Good stuff from Sen.
Important to win that pistol against the double Senti comp when they're on attack.
Yeah, again, just to set the stage here, if you weren't able to catch the 100 Thieves G2 game earlier in kickoff, 100 Thieves went up 11-1 on this half. It was playing defense where they just were an absolute brick wall.
Big 100 Thieves presence top mid. Look at how they've really contracted in towards the middle of the map. Looking to play off these prowlers here. Cryo steps up. Oh, these are classics.
Oh, and it's John again. I mean, it's just John again.
Bro with a hand on the helm steers the ship through murky waters. They're not out of the woods yet. That spike is still on the wrong side of the smoke.
One enemy remaining.
100 Thieves have recovered a rifle at least now for Vora.
Why
he's
not?
too good,
Why not?
Can't do him like that. A dirty ace from John QT. Salvages a round that could have been absolutely diabolical.
At 23 for 8, God knows how many util kills. Awareness is so high with the missiles every time. His util is always where it needs to be. That's ridiculous. Everyone, I think, was super weak at that point. But I mean, kind of a better to be lucky than good, maybe with the spray, but he's also really good right now. So he's just got it all going. Actual flow state.
Cover going out.
Oh my God.
John is unleashed. 100 Thieves don't get a chance to ease into this second half to build a bit of a buffer back. No, they'll go to the gun round, 4 rounds behind. There's Timo though. Redux dealt with Narrow, had to get out of there. Sitting on the outside of this B site. Now the reality will set in. The Sentinels have to contend with this frustrating double Sentinel comp, and that B site looks nigh impossible to penetrate.
An opportunity for some stabilization from 100 Thieves here. I mean, that John play, obviously ridiculous, but Sen did lose several guns. So they're forced onto a pretty bad buy here. Clean round for 100 Thieves. We'll put that
Spike
economy
down,
in
mid.
the spot they need it. Maybe get a future op online. Feels like Cryo did mostly rifling on defense playing this Vito. So, you know, the op definitely synonymous with him as a player.
Sen have gotten into elbow at least. They're definitely looking a little bit haggard. Bucky Phantom against a wall of 100 Thieves players now. Arsena is the one on the line.
30 seconds left.
Okay, that's how this game's going to go, I guess. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, listen, you're never safe when Cortesia can kill you with one shot to the head.
Got a salvo to the side. Narrate tries to pick his spot. Bora might have been looking away there, but it's a correction regardless. Cortez at one. Still wouldn't count the guy out, but
10
he
seconds
came back up to a still paltry amount of health. There's no chance for a plant here, and getting out with his weapon is all but impossible.
Even there, I like that salvo. It just pushed Vora closer, where there was then potential for a Bucky one-shot. And if it was a one-shot, could have changed the complexion of that round. Was able to shut down Narrate. And ultimately, what was that? One gun loss for Under Thieves?
Yeah.
So that is about as stable as they could ask for.
One enemy remains.
There's it, Narrate still chopping at the bit, still trying. I think
Let's go, Pete.
at the start of the round, he's refracting really early. Something sort of goes haywire in mid, I think, that forces the Sentinel duelist out.
Now keep your eyes on John. There's already an Armageddon.
Special delivery. Cryo has to cross-cut away.
Get forced straight out of there. This B site was tough to crack when we saw 100 Thieves there in the past. Feels like Cryo plays there primarily. Austin's usually close.
Okay.
Bang, just open fight. And Redux bests his controller opposition.
Takes less damage than I expected him to, so that was raw sauce in A main. And it's a real weak side for 100 Thieves on this round, given how they've set up. They might need to make use of this mid tier.
Yeah, Sen are ready to ignore that B side where they know the veto is set up.
Oh, went to guided salvo. Vora just accepts his fate. He knows he needs to stay put if he wants to have any chance of evening the odds. So Sentinels in a 4v3 now. Been able to hit this A side. Timo has to step up. The slow orb is big. Oh, they're all over the ground. Guts, Gizzards, and all the rest. Sentinels poised to hit this A side hard. Unraveled by one slow orb. Timo running him down.
Excellent util combo. Easy to place that saturate when not a soul on Sen could move. Asuna just getting that slow orb off at the perfect time. It was a good util combo to get into the side, go 1 for 1. Look at the way that Timotino peeks that as well. It's this little micro decision here. He's not going far enough to get into those crosshairs, right? He's just jiggling that slowly, perfectly.
Definition of slicing the pie.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So Center now on the eco round, save for John, who's got a Guardian.
Okay, slow orb here's going to deny any deep moves for Sentinels up mid. Also, this Prowler will confirm that. Behind this, 100 Thieves are getting forward. At least for now. Timo opts to stay here. Now, that's a spot John loves to hit with the salvo. Timo will have a light speed to reposition in a pinch. Okay, damage on Narrate. Looks like he'll have to be satisfied with that. And he gets away.
Doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Austin was a little bit too far to be able to support top mid, so he is just going to run to safety. Narrate feels like he's out of the round at this point anyway with that damage done. Feels like
frustrating for him.
Might as well be a kill.
He's still trying to generate something, even for himself. Just get some wind in his sails. Maybe this isn't quite the round for it, but it's definitely going to get in your head that you're now basically a spectator.
My ultimate is ready.
And
Spike down mid.
Finds the timing for the repick. That's Caillou out of there. That's any Fade util out of there. Looking at the 100 Thieves economy, if this is a clean round,
this is slow.
Center going to
30
be
seconds left.
facing down that full buy with all of the dense utility to have to wade through in the future rounds. None of them are going to be easy.
Look at this stall utility. Narrate very low. Yeah, there's a TP forward. Nathan Disruption thrown down here by Vito on the side. Cryo's able to deal with it. Redux. Arsena steps up. Guided salvo a little off the mark as Timo gets the saturate in there. And will follow up.
Right, actual air fryer in Link. I mean, what can they do? They're stopped by the slow, then the convergent paths, and the saturate on them. I mean,
him with the vacuum bag sous vide steak, you know?
They are so cooked.
And again, I mean, the round starts with that pretty heavy expenditure of util from 100 Thieves to get up mid, to get Timotino forward, get some damage down onto Narrate, sticks around, finds a kill as he falls off. That's Caillou that went down. So that, again, obviously is your Fade util that's off the table. Then it's a labored, slow push up mid, and finally a half-hearted hit on towards that B side, but that was a save round. Now weapons are back once more for Sentinels, but they are living the reality of this nasty little comp that 100 Thieves have cooked up.
Yeah, and hey, maybe that feels, you know, like a big commitment for Timatino to get the conversion paths off there. If you're just looking at it, wait, that was anti-eco. They were all grouped up in Link anyway. Surely they're just going to get cooked getting onto the site. But that gives 100 Thieves a super clean round. And look at their money right now. 4K is basically the minimum with Timo and Asuna at 6.5 and 6 respectively. So they can afford to lose a round out of this timeout that could expend all of the ults that Sen are playing with. You have to imagine Narrate's going to fight for an orb, get a convergent pass here. John is still sitting on that Armageddon. I think Caillou's one away as well. Yeah, so it's like 100 Thieves. They can easily afford, you know, if Sen get to 10, well, look, obviously they want to win, but it's not the worst result if they get all of the ultimates out, get some kills on Sen while their economy is low, and then they can just buy up forever and have their ults in a future round. They're still in a great position there on their far more dominant half playing defense.
But the game plan of John winning them single-handedly 4 to 5 rounds, that's not sustainable. Not for the rest of this map, not in general. So eyes on Narrate here, who will need to be that entry. There is a chokehold in the main. Narrate gonna try and step ahead of it now. Gets past it. He's found himself a little bit of a pocket to play in now. Cryo looks for a bit of spray. Stealth drone back behind him. He is sharp as they come. Pala gonna force him back to a degree, but he'll always look for another peek. He's just gonna be concerned about Narrate, but Asuna has kind of made that much simpler now.
That's just part of the site denied. Really just one spot for Sen to plant if they want to get in here. They will not be able to take any backside space, and I like this from 100 Thieves trying to fight over elbow a bit too.
I like that. Armageddon, this is a little bit uncomfortable. Cryo, of course, can tank it through evolution, unaffected by those abilities in that ultimate state. Pretty handy in spots like this, and Caillou's going to be brought down. No spike plant yet. 33 seconds. It's presence and elbow here for Cortezia. He might have to be quick about this, though, and I don't have time. He's really on their side. Cryo with the shorty. Narrate dealt with now. Timo finally to the rescue. John is out of the picture, and Cortezia in elbow has his position given away. Spike more than arm's length away, and multiple killers standing in between him and that objective.
Weakened as well by Timatino. They're just ready to deal with him. All 3 crosshairs. Steady on elbow. That denial utility again towards the site from Asuna, so effective.
You see why Vito is just so, he's so scary.
Yeah, as well. I mean, Cryo's just chilling. He just gets to play an aim trainer on the site.
30 seconds left. One
That is
enemy
nice from
remaining.
Timo.
Nice! I mean, I'm a creative wall kind of player, guys. I'm sorry.
I mean, hey, it worked out though. Sen could not get any space fighting towards site. 100 Thieves could kind of focus their attention on elbow. It all worked out.
I don't hate it. Yeah, he doesn't want the wall to get cleared straight away, so it also means they've only got to watch out one angle there. But anyway, I digress. Here's Timo in the main. Prowler ignored. And he gets out. Convergent pass now going to be effective. He's stuck in the corner. Oh, he's just having a light speed away. That guided salvo was scary. He's going to get the heal from Asuna at least.
Yeah, he's all good. And this...
Hello?
Exec is just fully denied. No way he pushes out of that with no escape.
No util, no nothing.
By the way, this entire time, Cryo was just slowly walking out of a my catch. Cortezia, no, he is sharp there, yeah. And now to Sen try to accelerate towards A. It's going to be tough. This is a big map. Like, you can't cover all that ground that quickly. So.
But all that Vito util's turned off now. You can walk up through that choke quite happily.
Now, that was one ult removed from Sen, basically exchanged for one slow orb from Asuna, but they still have the Nightfall in the arsenal. Could maybe even try to cook up something cheeky where they connect that on the defenders, and then Redux goes for the, you know, ultimate in, and they can't hear where he's at. If they want to get real creative and silly on this exit.
Face your fear! 30 seconds left.
That's a Sentinels Nightfall thrown a beef from mid. Gonna see the counter one.
That hits 3 players rather in Link.
Timo waiting hungry, and he'll get his just desserts. Vora steps out at just the same time, and in a blink, this round, well, I would say it's over, but it's John, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But he's going to be cut out of the site with no time left to spare and no money to risk throwing this Phantom away.
It feels like Sen, you know, may have expected less presence over on that B side with a kill on Cryo pushed out of A, then maybe 100 Thieves would have to commit a little bit more to rotate.
That gave them time though, Sen. They lingered around like bottom mid for quite a while before recommitting to B.
Yeah, it feels like 100 Thieves were pretty sure of themselves there. Deny them at that choke in mid-link. The Nightfall timing from Vora was great, and then just a little 1-2 switch. Timatino fights from the right, Vora swings out.
The counter Nightfall was sick.
No
Yeah,
freebies
absolute
for
denial.
you, nothing, no stats.
100 Thieves just not only winning that round, not only putting the economy in a little bit of an awkward spot here from Sen if they're trying to buy, but they also get ultimates out of them. That's the Nightfall and the Convergent Paths just gone. And you can really feel the impact of Asana's util coming through there, especially on that initial, we're going for a fast hit attempt, one slow,
I just love
and
this,
it was done.
The style from Timo, right? He has that early encounter, almost, you know, has the double dash away from a guided salvo, and then just drives straight back into the B main smoke and was hoping someone would step up, someone would try and find him. That's exactly the kind of attitude you want out of your duelist. And his Sentinels team, yeah, I mean, fair enough from Liz there. I think a lot of people were very curious about John's reassignment of role in this team. And I think it was less that John was being put in a worse spot, but just that Sentinels would no longer be benefiting from his calling, which was elite. Elite calling. And it really felt like it was one of the biggest aspects that Sen were able to draw on last year in their campaign. But
yeah, I mean, ultimately they were the second place team in Americas all year. I mean, they were still in a good spot. You know, they didn't have the success they would have hoped for at internationals. And I think, look, I understand why it was tough to, you know, remember or give John credit as an individual player because he just wasn't focused on his individual game last year.
I mean, he was
so that's
still
where those
having
like
those
off-season
games,
worries came from, but...
Well, I think people see Zekken depart a team and probably start dooming pretty quickly. And the thing is, Kaplan talked about this as well. Sen don't have the time to just ease in and grow as a roster because the expectations come immediately. They have to step up and do it now, otherwise, yeah, the fan base will be rabid about it.
Yeah, and you know, he said he was proud of his players for being able to work really hard within those circumstances, keep improving week by week the strides that they're making.
Oh, here, Vora.
A little awkward.
Not punished there by that saturate. Narrow goes down and he went tap. And still got away with it.
There's John maybe creating a bit of an opening for Sen. Asana now having to pick up that mid side on account of Timo going down. Cryo's pushed out of B though. Valuable info being gained there.
As long as they can pick up this mid window in a timely fashion. I think as far as 100 Thieves are concerned, they know no one could have crossed into the site, so this means that Cryo is still free to do what he wants. He might wrap bottom mid. Last time he did this, got caught out by Cortesia, but this slow up of Sentinels is going to be punishing. Here comes Cryo, spots one. This time he gets his revenge. Cortesia can't respond quickly enough. And now Caillou with nothing but a bucky and a prayer is off to A.
Well, at least a little bit of money for Sen off that plant. Small consolation. I mean, you gotta go for it. you gotta go for it in the second. Respect for the jump hit, but 100 Thieves clean it up with ease. Timatino getting some kills, fighting down mid, just easy as they come.
So active. Yeah, this wrap, I mean, this like exchange in mid I think is pretty big. The buys Cryo time to really tear the wheels off.
Yeah, Cryo has been rock solid switching up his roles this year, by the way. I did see some skepticism about picking up the Sentinel, etc., but he has been him. And I think it's, you know, offered some nice opportunities as well to get in a cracked upcoming duelist like Timatino and have players on different roles all kind of fragging out. Oh, look at this setup, bait wall. So Timatino gets a shot off and then can escape.
All right, Asana
re-swing.
not able to slip out. Okay, now, right? Start to build some momentum in this round.
Boy, 100 Thieves are getting active on these extremities. Cryo especially, he's walking all the way down mid. 2 players in A main.
The push-up denied there by the Spectre delivery, but there's more than just Cryo that you've got to be concerned about. Big push-up on that A side as well. No blood drawn there, at least.
So if Sen had any desire to go back into A main, they do need to expend some initiator util doing it, but they just want to worry about this B side. They've got 3 players in main right now. Some pressure in mid is definitely keeping 100 Thieves occupied.
All right, here we go. Refract at the ready. Just a shoulder peek. Timo can't post up on the line yet again. Narrate gets onto the side. Shorties give away his position, but he doesn't mind as Cryo emerges from the smoke and is heading back to whence he came.
Timo yet to get some value from this operator, and that's a tough angle. It's small.
It's such a small window, he's not able to thread the needle.
Remaining.
Here, though, Sentinels finally get to flex that individual ability. Narrate for 3 on the round. Timo at least is going to walk away with a rifle.
I mean, he's going for it. He picked up the rifle because 100 Thieves have infinite cash, so why not?
Yeah, at this rate, going to be buying for quite some time, perhaps the remainder of this match. Too many angles to check, and Kaiu's the one that pops up first. That op is loose. Timo not able to get value out of it, may not go back for it on this round.
A little gimmick play in B main from 100 Thieves to throw out there, and it just fell apart, just didn't work. Timo wasn't able to get that initial kill. Austin tried to swing, but goes down. I think Timo maybe got like one kind of wallbang shot. I think he lit up Kaiu, but yeah, getting no kills with the op.
Good shit, nice round.
Tough. Cortezia keeping him hyped.
Please, he says. Really trying to get them back into this game. Now that Bang can start to stabilize a little bit more. No, I would not say ultimates of note in the last couple of rounds. Nightfall getting closer here for Kaiu.
Yeah, that duo of Asuna and Cryo can lock down B easily. So Sen definitely don't want to put the emphasis there, but then on the other side, they're dealing with more players able to fight. That's the difficulty of this comp that they're going up against from 100 Thieves.
Posting up! That is brazen from Timo, but of course, Ioetta's had a way out. And that's Kaiu dealt with. So no scan util available for Sentinels anymore. They've got some purchase on mid, and yeah, Narrate will stick around.
Just Cryo right now on this site has his util towards main, but has to be so concerned about Narrate. Knows that he's pushed up close, knows he's tucked left.
Okay, wow,
what
he
a
was
peek.
playing in the pocket between those bits of util, the saturate and the guided salvo. Neither caught onto him, but Narrate sharp now. He's starting to come alive at just about the perfect time.
Great time for that pit. Oh, Asuna heads up spam. If Timo can find a kill somewhere, can activate that conversion paths into the pit, that would be a great way to try and get a free kill onto Cortezia and drop it.
Redux back onto the side itself. Cortezia sees the paranoia whistle pass, needs to be careful.
Cortezia in trouble.
It's about to come down, folks. Cortezia caught out by that seize. And here goes Timo. Yep, might as well make use of this conversion pass. Then when Redux simply doesn't have the fire rate to hang.
Asuna throwing down the wall just in case there was a 6th man in Nova as well. Nice retake from 100 Thieves. Asuna fortunate to get that initial spam kill as well. That gets them a man advantage.
And John as well.
Some good retake util. I think there was a dog that gave away one of the positions. Maybe it was Cortezia, and then off the back of that, that's where that saturate was thrown in. They really had a beat on him and get that kill.
Let's go.
Timotino got that initial first kill too. That was nice with the op, finally finding some value there. Still does have it into this round. 23 kills for him now. Catching up to John.
Bring them down.
I won't lie, Narrate starting to heat up a little bit, but it might have come a little bit too late in this map. Sentinel's going to make a maybe fast hit over towards Yard. Here, conversion path catching on, and here comes Narrate. What's there to be found for him? Down, and yeah, that's straight up through the smoke. He's just that guy right now. Timo, though, will be punished. It's going to be traded out by Cortezia. Still some presence for 100 Thieves on this A side of the map, and of course, the double Sentinels group up in link. Sentinels well aware of this, so it's another dark cover to slow that further.
Yeah, Bang gets that spot, but a little weary to commit too hard to the angle. Will there be a moment for Asuna to support, for Cryo to support from this link? Will be tough. They're getting dark covered off. Oh, the timing on Bang! Oh my god, I thought he was going down for sure.
On the side here, and that's the spike that's gone loose. This now, and a bit complicated. John knows the push is coming. He's got a sixth sense about it. 4K for John, keeps Sentinels in the game. He's about to drop 30 on him.
Actually picks up that op as well, so we'll see what the plan from Sen is in this final round, but come on, man. Saving them.
He knows he's getting pushed from the left. That is insane from John.
On timing over top is really nice as well, because there was so much pressure in main that it was tough to be able to break it. You know, if the haunt comes earlier, maybe you get that snap up, break it, and then you can focus back. But with that bit of delay, it got the perfect ping.
This map has really not gone the way that I expected it to, Wyatt. Sentinels really showing us something special, but it's definitely coming from one particular sector of their team.
Yeah, the 30 bomb Tejo. You don't see that often or ever.
Ever.
Literally just ever. Has the Armageddon for the final round.
Be right back.
Evolution for Cryo though, so he can withstand that. Push comes to shove.
Narrator's just been slowly posted up with this op over towards A main. Hasn't been any aggression. It's mid that 100 Thieves are putting emphasis on at the moment.
Looks like the stealth drone has actually earned 100 Sentinels rather some positioning over towards this A side. Here it is. Armageddon to the back of the site. This is going to now force all of 100 Thieves to play in it. This is going to give elbow up to Sentinels now. They've got the angles. Cortezia at the 4. Bora might be able to slip away for the time being, and bang with some fancy footwork. Keeps Asuna free to get that res. Dirty stuff from 100 Thieves, and they'll shut this down before Sen can push it any further. John QT looking like a sleep paralysis demon out there, but not enough to tear 100 Thieves down on what looks like to be one of their best maps.
Absolutely. Still seeing the value of the comp that they're running, that their coaches have brought, you know, for them in the off season, something completely unique. The Sage getting so much more value than other teams who have attempted it. Their game plan here is really rock solid. Sen having the opportunity